Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Danielson. This is sort of a spontaneous video. It's not going to be a review or anything, but I don't know. I just felt like all of a sudden doing this and talking about this. I haven't done a review in a few days, and I haven't been on Facebook or YouTube in a few days. And that's because I felt like I had so much to do. I felt like I had so many reviews to do and I needed to do them. And I felt like there's so many people that's been wanting me to do reviews on certain fragrances, and I've been trying to get them done, and I've been tagged in a few reviews that I felt like I needed to be done, and I was starting to get overwhelmed, and I was starting to get a little bit stressed out about it. And a few days ago I was like, man, I just need to cut my phone off, get off Facebook, get off YouTube, stop worrying about having to do so many reviews, because I was getting stressed out, and I just needed to get away for a little while and just relax for a while and not think about reviews and how many I need to do and all that stuff. And I am so glad that I did step away and just relax for a while and just spend time with myself and not think about anything, because something has been on my mind the last few months, and while I was away the last few days, it made me think about that even more, and I decided that I wanted to do a little video about it and tell you a little bit about my fragrance journey, I guess. I was wrong about something when I joined the FragCom, the fragrance family, June of 2018. At first I was like, okay, this is the start of my fragrance journey. I was wrong, because my fragrance journey started when I was a little kid, smelling aftershaves and the shave cream and the shave foam when I was a little boy, and all the colognes that everybody was wearing in the 60s and 70s. That actually started my fragrance journey. It wasn't June of 2018. I've been a fragrance lover or a frag head way before June of 2018. So I've been a frag head or a fragrance lover 40 something years, I guess. But something has been on my mind and I wanted to share with y'all. I've always loved fragrances, and when I did join the fragrance community, my thoughts about fragrances have changed, because I started getting a lot of different types of fragrances, and I was experiencing new fragrances that I've never ever experienced before. And that got me into studying the notes and studying the accords and the perfumers and the houses, and it helped me develop my nose and my sense of smell. But the more I started doing that, the more I started practicing something, is the main topic here that I wanted to talk about, is mindfulness. And if y'all don't know what mindfulness is to me is like doing an activity or doing anything and getting everything else out of your head except for what you're doing, you're focused on that, and you're experiencing that at that moment. And it could be smelling a fragrance, or it could be eating. As a matter of fact, how many people out there have eaten a meal and didn't even taste the food, or didn't even pay attention to the food because you were thinking about other things? You were thinking about work or family or something, and you just like gobbled it down and you didn't even enjoy your food. I am guilty of that, but me practicing mindfulness on experiencing what I'm doing and thinking about that and not thinking about anything else has helped me even more to be able to appreciate fragrances more. And that's the main thing that I wanted to talk about, is especially the last few days, is, you know, that I've been away for so long, I've been able to experience fragrances like I've never have before. And I could go about this in a couple of different ways on how fragrances affect me. I could go about it in like the physical way. You know, your limbic system, a part of your brain, when you smell a fragrance, it triggers your limbic system, which stores your thoughts and memories and feelings and emotions. But I didn't want to do that. That might be actually for another review of me talking about how fragrances affect us physically. But I want to get to how fragrances affect me mentally with my feelings and emotions. Our senses are way more important than we give them credit for. Not just our sense of smell, but other things, our eyesight, like for example, and colors also. Colors actually affect us a great deal, and a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of hospitals and psychiatric hospitals paint their walls certain colors because they know that it could affect a person's emotions and feelings and how they react. And as a matter of fact, a lot of companies, as far as the fragrances, a lot of people don't know this, perfumers actually don't just create fragrances like eau de toilettes and stuff. They actually work for companies who produce laundry detergents and deodorants like this. And the funny thing is, a lot of people don't know this, that companies will hire perfumers to create fragrances for their products to boost sales. As a matter of fact, Gain laundry detergent, they actually put accords and different smells in their product to actually affect us as a consumer. Like they use citrus, which helps us feel clean. It's like citrus is like a cleanliness smell to us. And they add fruity accords, which will help us feel comfort, and florals, which help us feel like a maternal care almost. So they actually manipulate what smells goes into their products to actually affect the consumer to boost sales. Now, I'm not saying all companies do that, but a lot of them actually know that it will affect us as consumers, and they will manipulate the smell to manipulate us in a way. So they know, a lot of companies know how important fragrances and smells are to the consumer. I think Gain is the #1 selling laundry detergent in North America, and it not only has to do with the quality of the detergent, but it's actually the smell also. But I wanted to talk about, I guess what's been happening to me lately since I've been away is I haven't really thought about Facebook and YouTube that much, and it's been a blessing because it's helped me experience my fragrances in a even better way now than ever before, and it's because of mindfulness. I experience a fragrance. I've learned to experience a fragrance that I have on. I will practice mindfulness with a fragrance, like the last probably 15 or 20 times that I've done reviews. I would put a fragrance on and lay in bed and close my eyes, and actually it's almost like a bonding experience with the fragrance. I actually experience it. I think about it. I smell it. I sort of let it come into me, and we sort of work with each other, and that has helped me so much appreciate fragrances so much more. Even some of the fragrances that I've done reviews on that I've said are linear or I don't like, the last few days practicing mindfulness has actually changed my mind about a lot of fragrances that I've done reviews on. All those linear fragrances that I didn't like so much, I've re-experienced those, and I'm getting things from those fragrances that I've never gotten before. I've picked up on different things, and it's made me feel a little bit different. But I think there's been so many years throughout my life that I've put on a cologne, and it's like, okay, it smells bad, it smells good, or it smells fantastic, but that's as far as it went. I never did think about it. I never did experience the fragrance until lately, and it's changed my mind about fragrances so much. But my suggestion, I don't know how many people actually experience the fragrance that they have on, or if they just smell it and they smell, that it smells good, bad, or blah, whatever. But one reason I wanted to do this little video is to, maybe it will help people experience their fragrances differently now. And this is actually going to change the way I do reviews from now on, I believe. But how many actually experience a fragrance, actually like bond with the fragrance? I've been learning to practice mindfulness every time I wear a fragrance, and it affects me. It will invoke maybe a thought or a memory that I've had in the past, which actually will invoke like a memory, and then it will make me have feelings about certain memories, and then that will affect my emotions. For example, I have several here that I was going to mention. And this isn't a joke, actually. I'm actually being serious. Pinot Silvestre, it has a lot of pine in it, and there's been times that I've wore this that when I smelled that pine, it brought back a memory that I had when I was a kid growing up in western North Carolina back in the mountains, of climbing pine trees and getting that resin on me. And that made me think about climbing pine trees when I was a little kid, because I had like social anxiety and I was an introvert, and I would climb trees, I guess, in a way to sort of escape people. I would climb way up in a pine tree, and this actually gave me emotions and memories from my childhood. And this is Harried by Parfums de Marly. This is a very comforting scent to me. It's a very, very beautiful, like tobacco with some vanilla, and it's very creamy. This is very relaxing to me, and that will affect me physically. It will help me relax. And I don't know if anybody remembers, a few months ago I got really sick. I had the flu and a body infection really bad, and I felt horrible. And I remembered that lavender is a calming fragrance. So I actually put Wild Country on. This is like, has a lot of lavender in it, and it was very comforting to me, you know, while I was sick. It helped me relax and helped me actually sleep, I believe. And these two sort of invoke memories of me being a child, because these two were really popular back in the 70s. Everybody wore these, and that brought back memories and feelings, and that sort of affected me physically too. And as I've mentioned before, Encre Noir Sport, this is one of the fragrances that has affected me more than any other fragrance, I believe, emotionally and physically, and almost spiritually in a way, because to me this has it's like very dark and very beautiful too. And I explained this in one of my other reviews that I'd done. I sort of got emotional one day, and it's because of the darkness and the beauty in this sort of subconsciously reminded me of my battle with depression for all my life. The darkness in here being the depression, and the other accords in here of being good and overcoming that depression. So this has affected me, you know, in a lot of ways. And a fragrance is as simple as At the Beach by Bath and Body Works. It reminds me of going to the beach. I live here in Charleston. I'm just a few miles from the beach, and which when I wear this smells like suntan lotion, the copper tan suntan oil that I love so much. And when I wear this, it puts memories in my head of being at the beach, which is a happy moment, you know, a happy emotion, which can affect me physically too. I've actually learned to pick out fragrances that I think will help me have a certain attitude during the day. Like this is a calming fragrance. When I want to feel maybe more calm, I'll put something with lavender on. And when I want to feel more energized, I'll put like something with pine in it, or, you know, I think fragrances and our sense of smell are really more important than we give them credit for. It has changed me in a big way. Just being mindful of a fragrance that I'm wearing and experiencing it. But I just wanted to get this little video out there, so maybe if you want to, the next time you put on a fragrance, experience the fragrance. I mean, really experience it. When you smell it, think about it, and don't think about anything else. Lay in bed and close your eyes, if nothing else, and it will help you experience fragrances in a different way. And it may take some time to learn how to practice mindfulness. But once you start, it gets easier and easier. And it's not just for fragrances, it's for eating. You can enjoy meals now a lot better when you actually taste it and experience what you're doing and taste the food and let it work with you, mind and body. Or driving. A lot of people practice mindfulness when they're driving a car. They're paying attention to what they're doing instead of paying attention to the guy next to them. And, you know, I just thought this would be an interesting video to do. It's a different outlook on how to experience fragrances other than developing my nose on picking out certain notes and learning certain accords. It's just a different view on fragrances that I wanted to put out there, and maybe it will help somebody to experience fragrances differently. Actually, one thing which I agree with one of my really good friends, Kyle Stevens, in Facebook land. I think I did a review a few days ago, and he made a little comment on my review, and I got what he was talking about, and I actually quote, this is what he wrote: "I have so many fragrances that don't get compliments, but I'm not trying to get compliments. I'm not trying to get compliments, though. I just want to be me in a way a fragrance might be an extension of my personality." And I read that and I was like, I completely get that, because fragrances are an extension to myself also. All of them. Even the most basic ones are sort of an extension to me. It's like part of me. And one of the best examples of mindfulness and experiencing a fragrance and letting it really affect you emotionally is one of my best friends on Facebook and in YouTube. I'll actually put her link in the description of her YouTube channel. Her name is Agnes Eva. She actually gets it too. I don't know if she would say it in this way, but she practices mindfulness when she wears fragrances. She really thinks about it, and she sort of brings that fragrance into her, which evokes emotions, happy or sad. But she's one of my favorite YouTube reviewers, because she will let that happen. She will let a fragrance into herself and evoke emotions. You can see it in her face. You can see it in her reviews. But you should check her out. She's sort of like me in that way, that I've gotten to learn to let a fragrance in me and experience a fragrance and not just smell it, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to do this little review, the spontaneous video, I guess. But sorry I haven't done a lot of reviews. I actually have done 2 reviews that I already completed and has been on my YouTube channel, but I just had made them private. I haven't even posted them yet. So one is Creed Royal Oud, and the other is a comparison between 2003 Rive Gauche and the 2011 La Collection Rive Gauche. I did a comparison between the original formula and the reformulated. So I'll post those in the next day or two. But anyway, this was pretty raw. I didn't have anything planned. I just sat down and started talking. I know it's like 24 minutes. I don't care about the time. I just wanted to talk and tell you about my new experience with fragrances. But anyway, I hope y'all got something from this. And if you have any questions about how I practice mindfulness, especially about fragrances, just put them down in the comment section and I'll try to help you out. But I guarantee if you start practicing mindfulness and start really experiencing a fragrance, your whole outlook on fragrances will change a great deal. You'll start appreciating them more and more and more. But anyway, that's all I got, and I hope y'all have a good day, and I love y'all, and I hope y'all got something from this. But anyway, yeah, check Agnes Eva out. I like her. But anyway, all right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.